Hey guys, Infidel1258 here. Today I want to share with you a clip from a recent live event. It's going to be a conversation between myself, Jim Morgan, and Rick on the Mountain. We're going to be discussing Gladiator Summoners coming to the game, introducing Gladiators into regular rank battles. As well, what about negative effects to the game? What about heroes or summoners that are somehow adversely impacting your team? That's possible. We've heard of that before. And more than that, soulbound reward cards too. This is a long conversation and we get into several different topics. I hope you'll stick around for this one. If you like this sort of content, consider liking and subscribing to the channel. Have an amazing day. God bless. There's two things I want to talk about. We were told in the last town hall by Matt, in the first 20-30 minutes, he said that they are going to release some new summoners with some new abilities. They're going to do promo cards every 3 months. He said, we're going to do soul reward cards. You're going to want these ones. They're going to be really powerful. And in the same breath, he said that we're going to create some new abilities. Like we've got one where you'll be able to use a gladiator in a regular battle. And he didn't say, okay, so the next summoner will be this guy with conscription, and conscription is going to enable you to use a gladiator. It was, you kind of had to put two and two together and follow the conversation. But listening to him, it's like, no, he's pretty much said there's going to be a summoner. It'll be a reward card that'll be soulbound, and it's going to give you the ability to bring a gladiator into regular battles, and two gladiators into your brawl battles, which is like another I guess step in the conversation we're having here around like the new summoners and the power creep. I want to talk about that, but also one other thing. I'm going to just throw them both out there and let you guys go which direction you want. Back at Splinterfest, we had somebody drop a comment. It was the guy with the Llama-Cron tattoo. He goes, what about doing negative abilities in the game? Like we've got other games where there are things that would not be entirely positive. Maybe the monster is really low mana cost. It costs 2 mana and he has 5 damage output, which is crazy, right? But he has some sort of negative ability status effect on his own team, as opposed to everything always hurting your opponent. This guy actually brings with him some sort of negative status effect for your team. And you could conceive either summoners they were awesome in so many ways, but they had this one really negative thing, or monsters. And I think we still haven't heard more about that. But man, let's talk more about these different directions that the game could grow and the cards could be, I guess, brought in new directions. Bringing gladiators into regular battles is a wild new direction, or bringing in negative abilities is something that they talked about being interested in trying. Let's hear what you guys say about that.
You go ahead, Jim.
I would love to see negative abilities, honestly. This is something I have talked about in the past. So you could have, say, like a 2-cost summoner, right? That gives you -1 HP on all of your monsters.
Yeah.
It makes it to where you now have a 2 mana cost monster or summoner. So you can now have, maybe 2 or 3 more mana in comparison to your opponent, but you're going with that -HP, or it could be minus speed or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And you could kind of put that on like a cycle as well. I personally would love to see it. I think the gladiators coming to ranked is pretty nuts as well. There's a lot of really strong ones. I know a lot of people brought up the idea of that Cora, I believe that's her name, in green.
Yeah.
Except as long as there's no plus a magic and utilize a gladiator, I think we'll be fine with that.
Yeah. I think it'll be probably just conscription ability. Yeah. And that was what they were calling it.
And I kind of read between the lines a little further there. It definitely sounded like he was talking about one summoner with that ability, but he mentioned multiple splinters in kind of going through it and whatnot. Yeah. So I'm thinking that it's going to be a single neutral summoner. Either that, or it's going to be a whole cycle of summoners that have that same ability. But I think that the neutral is probably more like.
What about a gladiator? What about a gladiator summoner? and
The gladiators.
and he's not exactly like, he's not restricted to gladiators. We know that. But he can be played in either or. That seems like an interesting new possible option, because they talked about, he said also that they're willing to consider new attack types. That was kind of breaking news from the last town hall. They're actually very seriously considering a new attack. Right now we have magic, melee, and archery. They're thinking about doing a fourth attack type, or he didn't say fourth, he said new attack types, I think. So, maybe even more. So I feel like wild new directions are possibly available, let's say.
Yeah, I agree in well, but the way that certain things were mentioned together leads me to believe that, like, I'm thinking that the new summoner that will have the conscript ability, I think, is going to be a soulbound reward card.
Dragon, maybe.
I could see it being dragon or possibly. And that way, because then you can bring whichever summoners with it, or whichever splinters with it, to be able to play your gladiator card as you wish. Yeah, and I could absolutely see like a 6 or 7 mana like conscript and a health and a minus speed or something like that. I definitely would not want to see any kind of conscript with added abilities or increased damage output or whatnot, because that would kind of definitively favor certain splinters regardless of where it was put.
Because there are about 5 gladiators right now that I would argue are like, you need to know if you're going into a guild brawl, you need to know if your opponent has Quora, you need to know if your opponent has Katie, you need to know if your opponent has Catrelba at level 4, because level 4 they get 1 more melee, which is double strike 3, and that turns into double strike 4 because it bloodlust so fast. This thing is nasty at level 4. It's like
Catrelba is ridiculous even at level 1, but level 4 when she gets, it's just insane. Some of these cards. Just imagine her with an Earth Summoner that actually gives plus to melee. Like, that's what I want to see. I want to see Earth plus melee because I have Catrelba.
Also, the Dragon Legendary Larissa, dude, that card is phenomenal. Magic damage, double strike.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
Like if you have the Delwyn, right, and you're playing this in Gladiators, and you rock Delwyn with it, you're looking at 6 damage.
That's not fair.
That's level like 1 card.
It's not appropriate, and there needs to be an unwritten rule that our community just doesn't do that to each other. That's nasty, dude. Double strike magic. The only thing is it's a bit slow, but this is a level 1. Where does this thing go? Look at this, dude. Look at this wildness. If you ever got it there.
Oh my goodness.
Blast, void, that's double strike. Nasty. And you're right, like you throw Delwyn in there. And
I like the void on it, because it makes it to where if you get the reflect back to you, it's going to be 1, but then it goes to 0 with the void. So it's essentially like the reflect armor.
Yep. It's pretty
Only
cool.
Better because it'll also stop, or slow down incoming damage when and if she gets to the front.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, let's see. I said there probably are 5 cards I think you need to know, and I kind of stopped. Just let me see. Catrelba, Katie, Quora. You guys are right that Larissa. Most people don't have it, but you're right, Larissa. And if I had to say one more, there are 2 on the screen I really like. I really like Isgald. I really like Fina. I even really like Chimney Wallstop because he works so well with Grum because they're both slow. But I think of the rest of these cards, in my opinion, the one I find the most success with is Kontuma, because that 5 speed is so wild, and he's got the reach. So he's quite a good secondary tank. Yeah,
Isgald is the other one that I was thinking of as well, because I just pulled an that, especially with Billy and whatnot. So
yeah, Isgald's good. Yeah, these cards are amazing.
Would you guys be against them making it to where we could utilize merits to make gladiator cards?
What would that look like? Tell me more.
So kind of like, using DEC to buy cards, it would just be, all right, well, whatever the number of power that it is, right? So say it's 1,000 power that you need, you would need 2,000 merits. So whatever the original power is, double it, and that's what you would need to craft the Gladiator card.
So you're saying like you essentially buying a new BCX of the card, right?
Yes.
I mean,
I would not be opposed to it if, in addition to double the power worth of merits, you have to burn a voucher.
Ooh, yeah, I'm fine with it.
I was talking with one of my YouTube members, Paul Taylor, and he's always there. And if you see this, Paul, shout out to you, buddy. Appreciate you. He goes, he was talking in one of my recent chats with me about how he really hopes that we never, like how did he frame it? It wasn't about gladiators. It was about guilds and about like not being able to just like buy crowns, just to throw money at making guild buildings as high as you want by throwing money at it. And in some sense, that conversation reminds me of this conversation, because if you could just throw money at these, it's really cool. Like I saw a tweet like today from Aftersound, and I saw Bulldog echoing it, and I felt the same way. They're talking about how guild brawls and gladiator acquisition is this very satisfying process, because you get them through this like long, arduous, like, weekly effort, this team thing that you're doing together. Guild brawls is my new favorite part of this game. I've said that repeatedly on my guild brawl videos. And all of it, in part, or a lot of it all of that satisfaction comes out of the fact that the rewards are these things that you can't get any other way. And so I guess I'm leaning towards saying I hope they never do that kind of thing. I like that they're so difficult to acquire, and it's like this time in, you got to be here for a while. You got to be fighting hard in guild brawls, I think.
Yeah, I can also agree with that. I'm just like, merits you already can't buy, so being able to customize a little bit what you're getting out of be like game breaking, but I can absolutely see the argument against it.
I'd be willing to hear more, because you're right. Like if it was merit based, your merits it's not like you can buy more merits. 85. I'm going to open 17 gladiator cases here, so I'm trying to make sure I have enough potion. I need 15 more bloodstones.
He thinks he's so cool because he has bloodstones.
Yeah, I would be opening without, just like I don't care about potions. Although speaking of potions, I did get y'all's input on something that I actually forgot to mention in my town hall reviews and has not come up yet. But it's something that Matt kind of snuck in there. Potions for opening chests.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for reward chests, right?
100%.
Yeah, not even the quest potion coming back, which that was, but no, actually potions when you're opening chests, so that your reward cards have that additional chance of turning gold or legendary.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
Yeah, more usefulness, man. Those things are. People complain I don't get anything out of it. I never buy packs. It's like, well, first of all, you should buy packs. Second of all, like the game gives you them. It's not like you're not being. I hate this idea that when you get a reward you don't like, you've been robbed. you got free rewards. Maybe you
just
don't.
A spoiled little child who wants to cry about everything. So many potions that I know I'm probably never gonna get to, because I do buy packs, but I can't buy that many. And so I was sitting like 115 packs worth of potions. And so there's another Splinterlands TV streamer, Demore, who great guy, love him. Shout outs to Demore. He's like, I've got all these packs I can't open because I'm not going to open them without potions. And I'm like, hey, why don't we just do a little collab stream and I'll open a bunch of your packs for you? And he was like, yeah, sure. So opened my first ever gold legendary, and now I'm in the getting that River Hellendale from him. because he's giving me most of the value of my potions, and then I'm just kind of making up the difference. And so I'm gonna get that River Hellendale. I never on my own.
That's cool.
Find a way to make it valuable for you.
Totally.
Even if it's not, because they're not transferable. That doesn't mean they're not. It doesn't mean they're not valuable. It means that you have to get a little bit more creative. That's a great
sentiment that people need to hear again, because it's like you get creative, guys. There are ways to find value in Splinterlands that you are not taking advantage of, and that people who are will be like 2 steps ahead of you in their growth here, because they're finding angles to enjoy merits, to enjoy guild brawls, to enjoy even like Jim with the nightmare packs. You still doing that, Jim? You got the nightmare packs and
oh boy, does he.
Dude, I'm almost at 600.
So I mean, like, you find these angles, and like, and there's a whole story that's unfolding because of that, right? You're getting what, SPS because of that, because of those packs, are you not?
Yeah, I get a ridiculous amount every day.
So like, this is the thing, guys. And some people then say, I hear people, or I read comments throwing their hands up sometimes saying, oh, I can't do any of that because like I'm not a whale. It's like, guys, you're never going to be a whale with that attitude. But like, if you just were attentive to what you can do and stop worrying about what you can't do, you're going to find angles like Rick's talking about, like Jim's showing you, like I talk about, and I used to do. And even now I still do these things, but I'm not as greasy with it anymore. Like I used to get right in there and like every day checking the markets, finding deals, flipping cards, like doing this, doing that. Now it's more autopilot because I don't need to feel like I need to grind in the same way. But guys, I hope you're taking it seriously, because bear markets are where millionaires are made, man. It's not in the bull cycle where you make a couple trades and you really turn things positive. It's like you acquire and you earn and you strive now to position yourself well. If this game is for real, it's going to be, if it's fun and if it has a future, like now is the time to position yourself.
Yeah. One thing, we talked about this the other day with Rick, and it's, back when Bitcoin was sitting at around the 60K mark, and everyone was like, oh man, we all have to get into it. Let's all spend a bunch of money, get into it, blah, blah, blah. And now it's the exact same coins for a third of the price.
Mm-hmm.
Why aren't you trying to get more of it now?
Yeah, I know.
It's like people only cared about it when it was at the high, knowing that they're going to lose money.
Yeah.
Rather than now, and it's gone above 20K how many times? I know within the last year it's been up there a lot, and now with it being around 20K mark, you have a ridiculous deal on it, knowing most likely it's going to go back to these numbers.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. But like, everybody's got to, that's like the thing too. The part of the journey, part of the hustle is actually taking the time to think through I guess your fundamental considerations on where you think this is going to go, whether it's Splinterlands or Bitcoin or whatever. And there's research you could do. Like if you feel you're not really sure and you're humming and hawing about, for instance, nightmare packs, or you're humming and hawing about GLG, or you're humming and hawing about SPS at 2 cents, but you think, man, maybe I should, but you're like, you're not making the call. What's stopping you? Is it lack of information? Because then you can equip yourself with information. You can read white papers and you can better understand the technology and then formulate a firm opinion of your own as to if this is for real. Like if this moment is really an opportunity that you need to grab, or you can pass by. And
there's this little thing that people may or may not know about. It's a 24/7 channel full of awesome streamers who have varied outlooks and different approaches, and there's a lot of information there to be had.
Yeah.
although guys, if you're not watching Dwayne, myself, sometimes Rick, he likes to put out a little bit of false information sometimes, but if you're not watching one of us, everyone else is wrong. Okay, just listen to us. We know everything. Everyone knows everything else. Okay.
You're so full of it.
What did I say, dude?
What did I say? Virus is in the house asking about the best combos because we're gonna get the two gladiator, or sorry, two glads rolling in some of the guild brawls, and he's right, man. That's gonna be interesting because Virus, you know what that tells me? It's not even about like. First of all, hey dude, good to see you. Second of all, it's not even just about the two gladiators you're gonna be able to play. It's about the three bloodlusters you're gonna be able to play in certain frays, because you know we've got Jared Scar, and Jared
Grum,
and then you got Grum, and so you can throw in three bloodlusters on your team in the right setting, in the right fray, with fire or with water, and like I'd say that's a pretty powerful. I don't know what it's going to depend on the rule set, but man, that sounds nasty.
I'm gonna say you're right. I think there's gonna be a lot of fire and life as soon as that happens, but I'm gonna say that the real gold is gonna be with Earth, because you can run Quora and Katrelba.
Katrelba.
Yeah, she's the double strike melee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can run Quora and Katrelba, and you can still have, Slip Spawn on the back and Mycelic in front, and, a healer and Queen Mycelia for triage and armor, and that is going to be such a ridiculously strong team.
Let's open these gladiator packs, and then we'll talk if there'll be some synergies that we see here that can lead into a little bit more of a prolonged conversation around gladiators, maybe combos with some of these guys here. The wall stop, that might be enough for me to go one more level up. This is a card that you think like, oh, it's too slow, dude. It's perfect in those reverse speeds. I love slow monsters. You just got to use them in the right moment.
He's great with Jace K.
Contuma, there we go. I don't know if I'm not sure how close I am to an upgrade on him, but 5 speed. Look at this level 1 monster, man. Like, this thing is for real.
5 speed and 4 reach damage. That's a strong single BCX. Wow. And is that 8 HP and 4 armor?
Yeah.
Holy crap. Oh, granted 9 mana. I mean, he's not cheap, but that's
What about Commander Bosun? What about the captain?
Bosun?
I mean, Bosun is awesome, but Bosun is not 5 speed and 8 health. And
he's close.
And Bloodlust.
He's close.
And Bloodlust.
Yeah, and
he's not close to Bloodlust.
And Contuma's firing in the second position, so like he's I love when you get a reach monster that's pretty nasty, like good amount of damage, decent resiliency from like a hit point standpoint. He has no void or shield, but he has the opportunity or the safety of being able to fire from the second position, which just makes him that much more likely to get that bloodlust off. And with the 5 speed, like I feel like you can come out of the gate with some speed and delete somebody before they even. If you can get 3-4 monsters firing at 5, 6, 7 speed, like I feel like you delete your opponent's tank before they even know it. Not so sure about this guy.
You don't miss.
Garbage.
Yeah.
Garbage card there. Garbage.
I like his little artwork. He looks like he's ready to go, but I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
Same. This one, just like
I love his art.
Yeah.
Love his art.
Yeah.
Great art.
I got disarmed. Let me just uproot this tree and smack you in the face.
Jim, for the next Splinterfest, buddy, you got to dress up as Paladin Rock.
What? But I haven't even dressed up as Pellicor Mercenary yet.
6'5", 235 or whatever. That's
6'4", 260.
Yeah,
255.
That's Paladin. That's Paladin Rock. If I've ever heard it, guys. Don't you think? Let me know.
Yeah, but look at his beard, though. What is that beard?
Yeah, he looks pretty. Like that's a fancy beard. That's none of the wildness of the Jimbo. It's more like manicured and yeah. Liza Fox. I don't know if I have this one yet. I don't love archery because you just never know. You never know if it's gonna land that killing blow. You also never know if it's gonna end up in the first position and then you can't fire. But that's a good amount of damage for a level 1 BCX.
Ooh. Oh, I see vouchers are up.
What are they up to?
8.5 cents.
Ooh, 5 more Katrobas. That could be meaningful to me.
Nice.
I'm on the 8.5.
Yeah, 8.5. Ooh, beautiful.
Nice gold whistler.
Yeah.
I wish I had more gold legendary.
I'd like to see. Do I have any legendaries here? An epic. Oh, legendary, boys.
Ooh,
Legendary. 2 legendaries.
Oh, easy game.
Okay, Edith, Ember Star. That one again. Same deal.
I think you're gonna get a Larissa this pull.
Dude.
Well, the legendary, but I think you're gonna get one.
This is another good one. For the 2 mana, you can get some good damage from this thing.
Yeah.
It's hard to find a home for Birchral, though, because you know what I might try, though, actually, like on a follow-up from the conversation about what would we try with 2 gladiators. Life, you go 6 mana for your Catralba double sneak, and you throw the Birchral with the opportunity in there, and like 8 mana for 2 Bloodlusters that are potentially quite strong. Man, if you could play those with, for instance, I love playing Catralba with Llama, and if you go Bloodlust on this thing, it can turn into such a like absolute beast.
Yeah, it's pretty dirty.
Cutter Breeze, no thanks. This one I really like. It's kind of unassuming, but you throw the Delwyn magic on there, and the life lead starts really adding up, and the Bloodlust can get carried away too.
And it's funny because you said no thanks to the Cutter Breeze, but also pointing again to the Earth deck with being able to run 2. That's 2 Bloodlusters for 3 mana.
Yeah, the good point. Yeah, like that's you're right. Like even though it's like it's not super nasty or devastating, but 1 mana and you're putting hit points on the board, and you're maybe gonna get some damage, and potentially it could Bloodlust at higher levels. I assume this thing's probably adds damage. It probably has some sort of abilities. Yeah, it's for 1 mana. This one's only. I like this one a lot for the tank side and the speed. Plus it gets thorns and like I forget what else at higher levels, but I don't have those abilities yet.
Man, it's almost time.
Okay, and we got 2 legendaries. Hopefully one of these, a gold foil legendary would be absolutely buck wild. Level 2, boys. Let's see a little level 2 right in the corner here. Come on. I do already have Sola, but that's cool.
That's a good card, though.
Yeah, definitely.
The tank heal with magic.
Tank heal, lifer, Bloodluster. Yeah, it makes me think about what's that earth monster? The wood nymph, because it's like a little bit of magic damage, a little low mana cost, a few hit points, not too many, tank heal.
It's actually the one that it really brings to mind for me is the Divine Healer, because it's also 3 mana life, 1 magic damage, tank heal. But this is so much stronger because 5 HP out the gate and Bloodlust. And the Divine Healer doesn't even get that damage until level 3. Yeah,
you're right. It is a lot like Divine Healer. Okay, last one. Let's see. Come on, level 2. Come on. Oh, I
thought it was a Larissa.
Titania is pretty sick though. Like with this combo, if you get, and she's got the close range, but I really like her in those. I got 2 of them.
Oh, you got 2.
I think that might be a level upgrade for me. Let's go have a peek. But yeah,
I don't think you had one of those before.
Oh, I think I have it on my other account on DE Cunningham. Yeah, because I do own it somewhere.
Yeah.
Glads.
I just recently got my first legendary gladiator.
Did you? Which one?
Flagulon. He is life or water. He's magic and blast.
Where is he? Magic and blast.
Left middle.
Oh yeah, this guy. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm excited about that blast and bloodlust with magic. That's nice.
Well, it's cool. I got 2 of the Titanias. This card is pretty nasty. If you bring this card with Archmage Arius.
Oh,
Arius. Oh
yeah.
Goodness.
And then hold up. Bomb in the chat though.
What's that?
Crash Wanderford is about to be able to attack
Oh yeah, that's right. That's
With
right.
Weapons Master Crash Wanderford is about to get an attack.
That's right.
Virus, thank you for that throwdown. I cannot think about that. That is nuts. Crash Wanderford, I've been loving him for the longest because I mean he's just so ridiculously fast, and I would do crazy things like Crash Wanderford.
Look at this speed, 8 speed,
so good.
plus a swiftness, plus a dodge at the highest level.
And you get that at level 5 is when he maxes out his speed at 9.
Yeah.
And then with the weapons training, he's gonna be able to attack with Bloodlust and have the return fire, dodge, and thorns. Holy cow. For 4 mana!
I mean, you do need 150 BCX of them to get up there, though, to get the archery and the thorns. But man, like if you ever get here, I'm gonna say this card is like absolutely must. Like if you have this, it's like this is gonna for 4 mana. That's gonna go in a lot of play. But who's got it? Like I wonder. I wish I could Google or like search this right now. Like what is the highest BCX consolidated on any account in Splinterlands for Crash or for any other summoner or for any other Glad? It'd be really cool to see that. Look at this. I got two of the Zulax. I got 2 of the Titanias. I got 2 of the, so all the legendaries, I'm like getting a couple of them, which is nice, but I'm like, I now need 1 more of each of them to get it to that following.
Isn't it frustrating when you have extra BCXs you can't use
anything
else with? Like I've got +1 BCX on Quora right now, my level 2, and then 1 extra. And it's like, I would gladly lend this out to any of my guildies just so that they can play it.
Put it on the market, Kappa.
Lols.
Dude, look at this puppy over here. I've never even bothered to look at the highest level stats.
Good.
Like Inspire, Dodge, True Strike.
Dude, that would go great with a Lux.
Yeah, it would or in opportunity settings or super sneak settings or equal where you all have equal hit points. Very powerful. Very powerful.
Man,
shout out to Rabbit in the chat.
Nice.
Rabbit. Who's that?
Long time no see, buddy. Appreciate you. Hope the fam's doing well, Rabbit.
I'm doing terrible.
I meant the cute little ones, not the big.
I'm doing
alpha
terrible,
gamer.
Dwayne.
Okay, you're the cute big one. Come on now. 6'4" alpha gamer cannot be conflated with the little one.
I'm little.
Oh, look at this! I just slapped together. I did get enough Kantumas to go up to level 2, getting 1 more melee. So now for 9 mana, I'm getting 5 damage output, 5 speed, 4. And man, it inspires her and trample over here, dude. Wow.
Just wait till you hit a force field and you're like, man, I wish I had 4 attack.
Yeah. It's true too. 6.
Butters, I don't think that's what he was talking about.
What's the question?
Butters said Jim sold 1 to Stever. I don't think we were talking about Luxes.
No, actually, Garrett in the chat did ask, I'm curious gold foil Lux is. I said he still has one, and Butter says he sold 1 to Stever.
Oh.
Do you still have your gold foil? I thought you got rid of her.
No, I still have the 1.
I thought you traded it in for something wild.
Oh, no.
That was the one he sold to Stever.
You remember I got 2, right? You were there.
Yeah. I woke up in a cold sweat the other night, like where's mine? Where's mine? Jim just standing over me. No, they're all mine.
Yeah.
They're all mine.
I thought everyone was getting golds.
Jim's like, I got another one. I'm like, shut up! You did not get another one. I did get another one. That was something else.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Come on, Katie. Not quite. After I open packs, I always go through one more time because I want to make sure that I can't do like maybe a really key level up on anything. Like who knows, maybe this guy is better than I think at the next level, and then suddenly, ooh, that could be actually interesting. Enrage with Retaliate. I like the art on that one, but he's kind of whatever. But he's only 6 mana.
Yeah. I think like 6 mana is kind of a weird spot, you know, because it's like, oh, the stats and the abilities could be good, but it's like the stats could also just be low and abilities make up for it. It's if you see something that's like 8, 9, 10 mana, you know the thing's gonna be a monster because it's just, you know, a lot of mana.
It's either a monster or monstrously disappointing.
Yeah.
Look at this Hugo Strong upgrade from level 3 to 4. What do we get? I know I could have checked this, but do I get one more melee? That's kind of cool. I mean, it's still whatever, but went from 1 melee to 2. And this got like a good amount of hit points, and it's got shield for 5.
You team it up with Wraith, it's okay.
I'm like, this is maybe like once in a while I could see myself finding a home for that. But with life, I so often lean on Katie because Katie's got the snipe, the magic. I find that she's pretty nasty.
Katie's really good.
Yeah. Self-heal over here, though. Check this out.
Not bad.
Buddy's like...
But the 8 is low.
Yeah, you'd want to... You know, again, it would be like, what would the other settings like? Do you have any strength in? Is it equalizer so everybody gets the same amount of hit points? Yeah. I'm interested though. I like to see
settings like any strength in. Do you?
What the?
I just pulled up. I was trying to type on my broken phone, and so I pulled up the Splinterlands TV on my regular phone and turned down the first. So.
Gotcha.
Reported.
Yeah. Ooh, this guy just got void. Look at this guy. No attack. Another candidate for weapons training. 2 mana, 3 speed. For 2 mana, not bad hit points, especially when you take into consideration Vulture or Scavenge, which definitely adds up fast. And then also Void, which makes it more resilient. For 2 mana, man. I'm okay. I'm listening. Crash. Can I upgrade you, Crash? Oh, I'm so close. I'm like 1 BCX short on a few of my, including this guy here, 1 BCX short, I think. Yeah. Chimney, where are you going next? Going, not anything super substantive. Man, Gladiator Brawls are by far the most entertaining component of this game right now. And it's in part because those cards are so hard to get your hands on. And that side of, like, anytime you like really restrict it, it's like, it's no longer now, can you throw money at it?